Wallace Stevens once said that human nature is like water, it molds itself to the shape of its container. In much the same way, you can influence someone's feelings toward you, just as water takes the form of any vessel it's poured into. This idea can be used positively to make someone feel a deep connection with you. Robert Greene, an expert on persuasion and seduction, has explored these concepts in depth. In this video, I'll share 7 psychological tactics you can use to influence anyone. But remember, use these techniques responsibly and for good. Before we dive in, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me continue sharing Stoic philosophy. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. If you're excited about today's topic, comment with a number 1 below. If you have suggestions for improvement, feel free to drop a 0. Let's start with the first tactic, scarcity. People tend to value things more when they're less available. You can apply this in relationships by making your time and attention a bit scarce, which creates a sense of urgency and increases your perceived value. However, it's important to strike a balance. Don't come across as disinterested or play games. Focus on your own goals and personal growth, which naturally limits your availability. This makes the time you do spend with someone more meaningful. When you're together, be fully present and engaged. This approach not only enhances your appeal, but also leaves the other person looking forward to your next meeting. The second tactic is known as the foot in the door technique. Start small and then gradually build up. This method works because people like to stay consistent with their actions. If someone agrees to a small request, they're more likely to say yes to a bigger one later on. For example, if you ask someone if they like ice cream and they say yes, they're more likely to agree to go out for ice cream with you later. This technique is effective because it aligns with human nature. We like to be consistent with our choices. By starting with small, simple requests, you can gradually pave the way for more significant agreements, making it easier to build a stronger connection. The third tactic is to become mysterious. Humans are naturally curious, and we're drawn to things we can't fully understand. By maintaining a bit of mystery about yourself, you can spark someone's interest and keep them intrigued. Don't reveal everything about yourself at once. Let them discover you gradually, layer by layer. This keeps the relationship dynamic and engaging, as they become more invested in getting to know you. Fourth is the push-pull technique. This involves mixing things up to keep the other person interested. Sometimes you shower them with attention, making them feel special, the push. Then you take a step back to focus on your own pursuits, like work or hobbies, the pull. This creates a sense of unpredictability, which keeps them on their toes and makes them more drawn to you. The key here is balance. By showing you're independent and self-assured, you become more attractive and keep the relationship lively. Fifth is the triangle of desire. This tactic is about subtly showing that you're valued by others, which naturally increases your appeal. It's not about making the other person jealous, but rather about reminding them that you're someone worth their time. By casually indicating that others find you interesting or attractive, you elevate your perceived value and make the relationship more exciting. The sixth tactic is to make her feel like she's the only one. When you're with someone, give them your full attention and make them feel like they're your top priority. Listen closely, remember the details, and show that you truly understand and appreciate them. Everyone wants to feel special, and by making her feel like she's the most important person in the room, you strengthen your connection and deepen the bond. Finally, the seventh tactic is mirroring and matching. This involves subtly reflecting the other person's body language, speech patterns, and attitudes. When done correctly, this creates a sense of comfort and understanding, making the other person feel more connected to you. Start by mirroring their body language. If they lean in, you lean in slightly too. Match their speech tempo and volume to create harmony in your communication. This alignment makes the interaction feel more natural and draws them closer to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these techniques or any personal experiences you'd like to share. Drop a comment below. I'll read them all and feature some of the most insightful ones on the channel. If you want more unfiltered wisdom and practical advice, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's move on to another session of this video. Are you interested in understanding how to influence someone's mindset? Curious about how to gain insights into what makes people tick? Stick around until the end, and you'll discover some surprising ways to influence the human mind. First, consider this question. Do we really control our thoughts, or are we influenced by external forces? Think about how politicians, the media, and educational systems shape our perceptions and worldview. By directing our attention, they can manipulate our thoughts, playing one side against the other and turning us into pawns in a larger game. It might not be easy to accept, but the truth is often more complex than it seems. Breaking free from these influences requires a deeper understanding of how our minds work. Understanding manipulation games can empower you to not only resist them but also learn the art of mind control. Mastering this skill enables you to influence what people say, think, and do, especially in dating. Here's a bold statement: mind control is more prevalent among women than men. This isn't because women are weaker or more emotional, but because the subconscious mind of a woman is stronger than her conscious mind. While this dynamic exists in men too, the difference in strength between the subconscious minds of men and women is significant. Knowing that mind control works by targeting the subconscious makes women more susceptible to it. So, what does this mean for you? It means you have the potential to master the art of influencing the female mind, similar to how politicians and the media shape society. If you don't learn this skill, you might find yourself falling behind others. We're here to equip you with the tools you need for successful interactions with women. After watching this video, you'll be surprised by the power you hold over the female mind. Now, let's dive into the real world of mind control. How can you genuinely influence a woman's mind? In this video, I'll share 3 methods, with the final one being both controversial and politically charged. Use these techniques with good intentions and the integrity of a true man. Chapter 1: The Power of Storytelling. At first glance, storytelling might seem simple and harmless, but it's a powerful tool for influencing the mind. Its effectiveness lies in its deceptive simplicity. Understanding why women respond so positively to stories requires a bit of psychology. Direct communication with a woman can be challenging because her mind instinctively resists explicit commands. Whether it's telling her she's getting sleepy or asking her to look into your eyes, direct approaches often trigger defenses. That's where storytelling comes in as a masterful strategy. When you say, "Let me tell you a story," her guard drops, and for that moment, your words slip into her subconscious. She becomes more receptive, accepting what you say without question. This is the magic of storytelling. For example, if you're talking to someone you just met, and the conversation turns to relationships, she might share that she's unsure about a guy who keeps asking her out despite her rejections. If you tell her directly, "You should leave him for me," it's likely to be dismissed. But if you share a story about a friend who found happiness after leaving a similar situation, she's more likely to relate and internalize the message without feeling pressured. This subtle approach helps you influence her thoughts and actions effectively. Stay tuned for the next chapters, where we'll explore more methods to master the art of mind control. Chapter 2: Captivating Focus. Both men and women have a natural ability to captivate themselves, meaning the more we think about someone we're attracted to, the stronger the connection we feel. This attraction can grow even if the other person isn't actively involved in our lives. The allure is evident in our fascination with celebrities and actresses. The concept of capturing attention holds significant power. Romantic novels are a perfect example. They're incredibly popular, especially among women, because they're crafted to be irresistible, filled with drama, unexpected twists, and cliffhangers. You can harness this same power of captivation. If you want to capture a woman's attention, consider these strategies. 1. Alluring promises. Engage her curiosity by promising to reveal more about yourself in the future. This creates anticipation and keeps her interested in getting to know you better. 2. Intriguing stories with a twist. Share an interesting story but deliberately leave it unfinished, saying something like, "Anyway, it's getting late. I'll tell you the rest next time." This keeps her intrigued and eager for more. 3. Introducing drama. Add excitement to your interactions, whether through light-hearted teasing or sparking a minor argument. The goal is to create a sense of intrigue and emotional engagement. Of these techniques, introducing drama is the most powerful. This leads us to the third method of influencing a woman's mindset. Chapter 3: Stirring Emotions. The Emotional Roller Coaster. Let me share a truth about many modern women. They crave more excitement in their lives. Boredom often creeps into daily routines, and what many women desire most is a thrill, whether it's the feeling of being desired, cherished, terrified, or completely captivated. Even those in happy relationships might sometimes yearn for something beyond the ordinary. This pursuit of excitement isn't just about physical satisfaction, it's about seeking an adrenaline rush, something to break the monotony. When a woman struggles to find this excitement in her life, she often turns to stories and narratives, immersing herself in romance novels and Netflix dramas. Through these stories, she experiences drama, adventure, risk, and reward vicariously. Here's the exciting part: you can be the one to fill that void in her life. By taking her on an emotional roller coaster, offering the drama, adventure, and satisfaction she craves, you can provide the excitement she's been longing for. What makes an emotional roller coaster remarkable? In a word, unpredictability. Better yet, think of it as mystery. Women are drawn to mysterious men, so be spontaneous and unpredictable. Keep her guessing about what's coming next, and you'll stay in her thoughts for a long time. Maintain this approach, and it won't be long before she's completely captivated by you. Once she's hooked, creating the kind of relationship you want becomes much easier. Here's the key insight: you might not yet be an expert in putting women on emotional roller coasters, and that's okay. We all start somewhere. Before you go to the next session, please like, share, and subscribe, and keep showing your support for our videos because we've got more great content coming your way. Psychology can be a wild ride full of unexpected twists and turns. But have you ever considered the hidden mind tricks that surround us every day? Welcome to the shadowy world of dark psychology. It's a secret playbook some use to manipulate situations and even people to their will. But guess what? These mind-bending techniques are more accessible than you might think. In today's video, I'll share the top 10 dark psychology tricks that are so powerful you might wonder if they should even be allowed. These strategies can give you the upper hand in any situation, help you read between the lines, protect yourself from manipulation, and even get people to see things your way. Whether you're looking to protect yourself from sneaky tactics or are just curious about the power of influence, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Mirroring. Have you ever noticed how people sometimes copy the way someone else talks or stands? That's called mirroring. It's like a secret handshake your brain does without even thinking. When you mirror someone, it makes them feel more connected to you, as if you're silently saying, "Hey, we're alike." All without saying a word. What's sneaky is that you can do this on purpose. By copying someone's body language, speech patterns, or even their breathing, you can make them feel warm and fuzzy towards you without them even realizing it. This can help you steer conversations, influence decisions, or gently push people to see things your way. It's so effective, it almost feels like it should be illegal. Using their name. Ever notice how your ears perk up when someone says your name? It's like the world stops for a moment, and suddenly, you're in the spotlight. That's the power of a name. It's your identity, and hearing it makes you feel important. When someone uses your name in conversation, it makes you feel seen and valued. But when someone uses your name strategically, sprinkling it throughout the conversation like a secret ingredient, they're tapping into your ego. It makes you more open, more trusting, and more likely to agree with them. For example, if someone says, "You know, John, I think you'd be great at this," you suddenly feel special and acknowledged. It's a subtle form of flattery that can lower your defenses and sway your decisions, a powerful tool in the world of psychology. Strategic texting. In today's world, we're glued to our phones, and texting is a major part of our social lives. But when you start thinking strategically about when to send texts, you step into the darker side of psychology. Sending a text unexpectedly, especially at a time when the person isn't expecting it, can catch them off guard. It's like you're suddenly popping into their thoughts, making them wonder why you're texting them at that moment. For example, sending a thinking of you text late at night can really throw someone off balance, making them think about you more. This tactic can deeply influence someone's feelings and thoughts towards you by controlling when and how often they think about you. Non-reactivity. Have you ever had someone try to get a rise out of you? That's when non-reactivity becomes your secret weapon. By staying calm and composed, you create an invisible barrier that they can't break through. When someone tries to provoke you and you don't react, it messes with their head because they can't control the outcome. This tactic shifts the balance of power in your favor, keeping you one step ahead. It's a psychological tool that can help you maintain control in any situation. Being slightly wrong. Here's a clever trick: being slightly wrong to get things right. By intentionally making a small mistake, you can lure someone into correcting you. For example, if you say something that's almost correct but not quite, their natural urge to correct you kicks in. In doing so, they might reveal more information than they intended. This sneaky tactic can give you valuable insights without them even realizing it. However, this form of manipulation can easily cross ethical lines, as you're playing with someone's natural tendencies to get what you want. Small favors, big impact. Start by asking for a big favor, something so large that it makes the other person hesitate but not refuse. This triggers their sense of reciprocity, making them feel like they owe you. Then when you ask for something smaller, they're more likely to agree because they feel like they're getting off easy. In reality, you've manipulated their desire to balance the scales and help you out. This tactic plays on guilt and the desire to be helpful, making it a powerful but potentially harmful tool in relationships. The power of because. Have you ever noticed how simply adding the word because to a request can change everything? Our brains are wired to seek reasons for things, and by giving a reason, even a weak one, you can make your request more convincing. For example, instead of just asking to borrow your friend's car, you could say, "Can I borrow your car for the weekend because I need to help my brother move?" The addition of because makes the request seem more legitimate, even if the reason isn't a big deal. This trick taps into a mental shortcut, making people more likely to agree with you. Using indifference. This tactic is all about playing it cool. First, you make someone feel special by giving them attention, compliments, and making plans. Then suddenly, you withdraw. Your messages become shorter, and you're always busy. This sudden change leaves them wondering what went wrong. Did they say something to upset you? This confusion makes them crave your attention even more, leading them to try harder to win you back. This emotional manipulation plays with their need for validation and can deeply affect their mental state. It's a dangerous game that should be handled with caution. And there you have it, 10 psychology tricks that push the boundaries of ethical behavior. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.